Deathcore Dre, No Brainer industry, the things about the entertainment industry. You might not know, but I'm gonna get you hip. So look, man, I'm actually still sitting here listening to this. I got maybe about 30 minutes into this. But I gotta make a video about Ak, man. Ak is bullshitting us, man. This man, Ak, is bullshitting us with this whole Kendrick beef with Drake and Drake's response and trying to move the goalposts. Not even try, he is, bro. Ak is a goddamn Drake stan. He is a glazer, dog. I fuck with Ak, man. I fuck with Ak content. I watch more Ak content than anything else. That's why I sit here and I make very, very similar, if not the same type of goddamn content as Ak. I love Ak, man. Ak, you know what I'm saying? I like, everybody got their entertainment that they use, that they choose, or certain type of entertainment that they spend the majority of their time using. Some people watch TV, some people watch movies. I watch Ak and Ak's streams and stuff, right? But Ak be bullshitting, man. Ak be bullshitting, bro. Like, what? Let me just go ahead and just play what this man was saying about Drake, Kendrick, and just how he moving around it, bro. Ak be on some bullshit, bro. But just go ahead and play it.
Respecting you or not respecting you as a friend, okay? You're going to realize that is the rift or the feud that I care about more. This whole thing between Drake and Kendrick, we're going to be breaking this down, and it's you have to listen to me with the cerebral approach to this. Seen somebody in the chat earlier said, yo, Ak, well, you got to call a spade a spade. You gave Meg 72 hours. What's up with Drizzy? Okay? Now, this is going to be completely a different ball game. And first of all, let me just answer that person already. I told you guys before, this is a bait. I'm going to keep saying this. This is a bait. If Kendrick Lamar wants to formally engage with Drake in a beef or a rap battle, remember, none of these guys are going to hurt each other, so let's not throw around beef too freely. If he wants to engage with Drake in a battle, he will drop a dedicated diss song, not a verse on your man's song or somebody's song where you're throwing shots. Drake
Exhibit
throws shots
1
as well.
Exhibit A, Exhibit 1, however you want to call it. Ak be on bullshit, dog. He gotta drop a dedicated diss song. Come on, Ak. Stop bullshitting us, bruh. Ak and his perpetual moving of the goalposts to protect old phony-ass Aubrey Graham by any means. But I'm not gonna tolerate it, Ak. Get out of here with that shit. Drake need to get in the booth so he can hurry up and proceed with his public execution that Kendrick is about to commence upon this man, bruh. Cut the bullshit out. Don't get that nigga no cards, no nothing. You need to respond.
I keep reminding y'all, Drake had to drop Duppy Freestyle to step into the battle arena. Then Story of Adidon came. We're not in a battle arena yet. So when y'all are saying there's a time limit for Drake to respond, no. I will start a time clock if Kendrick jumps out with the song. Diss him on a dedicated song. Because Drake has been dissing y'all, and there was no time clock for y'all. Drake dissed you on First Person Shooter all over his last couple albums. There was no time clock for Kendrick. Why the fuck does this one verse warrant just because he said fuck the big three? Well, Drake never ever claimed the big three. Didn't Drake?
Bro, listen. Drake been tiptoeing around Kendrick's name for so goddamn long. Kendrick directly been at this nigga neck for all of 12 years, bro. Like I told y'all before, I am a Drake fan, but I am a Kendrick fan. I followed both of these niggas for a very, very, very long time. Kendrick been at this man neck since forever. Drake be having these little suck ass lines, and like I told y'all before, I'm going live this Thursday around 12 p.m. in the afternoon. I know more Drake lyrics than most of y'all. Most of y'all supposed Drake fans can't even rap out more Drake lyrics than me. I know so many Drake songs. I'm telling you right now, Kendrick has been cooking this man. Drake's comebacks have been weak. It's always about the numbers. No, Kendrick been cooking that man.
Said I'm top 2, but not 2. If anything, Cole, you go answer that bullshit. So again, we have to be very fair. Now, if we compare back to the Nicki Minaj situation, Nicki Onika Mirage, or whatever she goes by, she specifically dropped Bigfoot. Bigfoot was a response to a song that was primarily a bait. Again, everything is a bait until a dedicated diss song drops. Every rapper...
Listen, a diss is a diss, Act. What is you talking about? A diss is a diss. What are you talking about?
Take shots if you're at that caliber. You always got some line that you're taking shot at another nigga. You get what I'm saying? Nicki dropped Bigfoot. We never heard a response. I awarded Nicki the win in the beef. I think for Meg, her goal was to get that single popping anyway. She wasn't trying to beef. By the way, if I'm a female rapper, Nicki has so many fans, so lyrically potent, I don't even know if I would want to go at her in a diss for diss record, especially when her first diss record to you, she's like, lying on your dead mama, lying on your dead mama, lying on your... She's already going like, she going for the jugular. What could you say about her at this point?
Act funny as shit.
I see some people say, Aki, don't be biased. I am not going to be biased.
Act, but you are being biased, bro. You're always being biased when it come to Drake, bro. Stop glazing that nigga, dog. The fuck?
This is not a first round. Do not change the rules. We can't change the rules for nobody, including Drake. If Kendrick wants to engage with Drake in a lyrical competition or a battle that MCs have done for years upon years, he needs to drop a dedicated song dissing Drake. That's it. This whole thing, you're doing a feature on Metro's album. And also, here's the thing too, which everybody keeps ignoring. Because I see y'all want to start a time clock, and we're going to break down some of the things that's happened, and also some people are saying, well, Drake is saying A, B, and C. He looked like he's ducking the smoke.
Now, let me say this. You keep talking about a dedicated diss track. Bro, this nigga entire verse on that song was cooking Drake, bruh. Everything he took so many, it wasn't even just taking a shot. No, he was dissing that nigga on the entire verse.
Let me tell you this. When you're playing defense, you don't want to start your offense while the other person's still on offense. Okay, you watch football, you don't see they send out Tom Brady while the other quarterback's still on the field. The attack from the ops is not over. Let me make this very clear. The attack from the ops is not over. It's clear that they announced a 2-part project. There's another part about to drop. This was a warm-up. This is a bait. They've been trying to get Drake to jump out and engage. Drake's actually playing this pretty good right now. You can't say nothing because you don't know what they have lined up. I'm telling you as a fact, Kendrick has a whole diss song for Drake lined up, but he's waiting for Drake to jump out, not knowing what he's going to say in the song. I'm telling you this as a fact. Again, we're not dealing with the stupids and the retards like Meek Mill. We're dealing with actual guys who are lyrical geniuses, but they know how to play things.
Yo, Axe nonstop dissing of Meek Mill, bro, under every circumstance he can get is comic, bro. It's pure comedy.
Kendrick got a hold of this song ready. He dropped that bar, which is a bait, for Drake to respond that he hits him instantly in 3 to 5 business days. Facts. Here's also the thing. In case Drake didn't respond, which this is the case at this point, he hasn't responded. Wait for part 2 of this album. Metro Boomin carefully crafted this whole thing. Part 2 of this album, We Don't Trust You Volume 2, is about to drop, and there's going to be more aims at Drake. The point what I'm trying to say is that if you're Drake, you don't respond while the ops have told you they're going to spin the block twice. You don't respond after the first time they spun. Play defense, wait till they spin the block, they empty the clip. Then plan your attack. I keep telling y'all, Kendrick he's Kawhi Leonard. He raps once every 5 years. If you think he came with one verse with nothing prepared, you're an idiot. He got some shit prepared, and he's probably been preparing it for years. This was the right time. Metro orchestrated it. The future element's a little weird. We're going to get into that too. But The only thing lyrically, like, hit for hit, Future could always, I ain't gonna lie, hit for hit, Future could go with Drake. Hit for hit. Bar for bar, no.
Hold on. Did he just say hit for hit, Future could go at Drake? Future do got a lot of hits, man. But if you talking about the magnitude of said hits, then nah, Future can't go. If you talking about just the sheer number of hits, okay. Magnitude of the hits, no.
Hit for hit, Kendrick can go with Drake. Bar for bar, he can't.
Wait, let me play that back.
Hit for hit, Kendrick can go with Drake. Bar for bar, he can't. When it comes to MCs, we care about bar for bar. So, Drake is in a handicap match. Metro is just a court jester, but he's like Don King. Okay? He's like the guy setting up these matches. So you have to worry about him too, but he's just a guy sending the ops at you. Kendrick Lamar is the one to be worried about. I'm telling you, Kendrick has an entire song loaded up, fully loaded in the clip, waiting for Drake to say anything. You know how I know this? By the way, not only do I know this, you know how I know Drake knows this? Because Drake is playing this exactly how I would play it if I knew this.
Yeah, because because Drake is a sucker, Act. You know what I'm saying? Like I fuck with Act, bro. I fuck with Act, but Act, you a scaredy cat, just like your boy. That's why you relate to him so much. Drake is a fucking phony. He's a phony. I'm not saying Act you a phony. I'm not saying that, but you align with the cowards. Even though I wouldn't sit here and tell Act that, you have to engage in fucking beefs and put yourself in physical harm's way with goofies to prove no point. But you still play the back. Just like your boy Drake, like the poser Drake.
Drake is trolling him. Drake is trying to see what else.
He said Drake is Drake is trolling them. Nigga, Drake is stressed out right now. That nigga hair falling out.
Is there. This was a sneak attack, I believe, that Drake maybe knew was coming, but he doesn't know the extent of it. I'll tell you how Drake is trolling. Okay. Y'all with me?
We with you, bro.
Somebody said Metro dissed him through beats. Okay. Okay. Am I making any sense? Am I making any sense? Keep in mind, this is the most formidable attack on Drake thus far. You get the best hit-making rapper organically that connects with the streets in the last 15 years, a possible Mount Rushmore candidate. Actually, I think he's on the Mount Rushmore for the last 20 years. 20? No, that would be.
You talking about Future?
Last 15. Last 15 years, Future is on the Mount Rushmore. That's a fact.
How many?
It's the big three.
How many?
So to speak.
Is it
Kendrick, Cole, Drake?
It's four people. It's four faces on Mount Rushmore, ain't it? Let me see something. Mount Rushmore. 1, 2. Yeah, it's only 4 faces. Future? Nah, you can't put Future on there. You can't put Future on there.
Future.
No. For rap, it gotta be Kendrick, gotta be Drake. Kendrick, Drake. And you talking about for the last 10 years? Gotta be Kendrick, gotta be Drake. For rap? You talking about rap? Like hip hop? Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole, Nicki Minaj. That's the 4.
You could have an argument for Nicki.
Yes.
For the people who would say Wayne, we're going to put Wayne if we were talking about 20 to 25 years.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because Wayne has been in this shit just for a long time. I think that's fair. Actually, let me say 10 years. The last 10 years. Because I want to be respectful to Wayne. And right around like 2010, like from 07 to 2010, 2011, we can't go back into that time period without putting Wayne on the Mount Rushmore. But if we go from 2000 and let's say 14 to 2024,
right,
the Mount Rushmore is going to be this: Aubrey, Drizzy, Drake, Graham, Kendrick, K. Kung Fu Kenny, Lamar, Jay, Napkin, Cole. Love you, J. Cole. And then you could make a point for Nicki, but I would counter that point with not enough albums and not enough work to counter, or classic work to counter the other three, and also Future, who's just ever present in the culture. I'll put Future as my number 4.
Sheesh.
Nicki would
Future. All right, fuck it. Let's see what he going with it.
5. Tell me if I'm wrong. Am I wrong? Last 10 years, we in 2024, 2014 to 2024. The top 4 in the game: Aubrey, J. Cole, Kendrick, and obviously Nevadius, a.k.a. Future, now known as Cash Wilburn, I believe. Okay? So, think about it. Drake is being attacked by 2 people. It's easy. Lyrically, you're going to have a problem with Pusha T. But success-wise, you can body him all day. You could drop hit songs to mask any type of effect he's having on your career, because in the midst of everything, you have God's Plan that's killing the charts, while that nigga might be like, oh, I just bodied him with a diss song. Nah, God's Plan is still a song. You could do that to a Pusha T. A Meek Mill, he needs a helmet. Barely read, only shouts, can't think, easy. But now, you get someone just as cerebral as you, Kendrick. Also, dare I say, Future as well. What people haven't realized about Future, in the last, Future is one of the people who popularized the let's spam the, before even YoungBoy, before all these rappers who just put out music, even Thug. Future was one of the artists that popularized drop more. But this is how you should know Future's smart. He realized when the quantity approach was
all right, so look, let me stop it right there for a second. Subscribe to my channel right quick, man, if you're still watching at this point. Subscribe to my channel. So look, I appreciate Ak's opinion. Ak be getting us really hip, because the thing about Ak, this just separates him from other YouTubers like me, even though we all make the same type of content. What separates Ak from us is that Ak has direct sources, bro. Like, he speaks to all of these rappers and shit. Like, he has spoken to Drake. He talks to all these different people in the industry. Like, Ak has his foot in the industry. And that's why I really fuck with Ak's content, because not everything is just all opinion. He actually gets a lot of info from celebrities, bro. And that's why Ak is credible for a lot of us. But when it comes to opinion shit like this, shit with Drake and Kendrick, Ak, you tripping, Brody. You talking about, you trying to move the goalposts talking about some goddamn Kendrick gotta drop a dedicated album for Drake to have to respond. Nah, Drake gotta respond, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. Don't cover for that man, bro. But look, I'm a play maybe. I don't know how much he's gonna talk about this more, because it does say this is the full breakdown. I'm gonna play. Let me play 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes of this, and I'm gonna cut it.
Effect in his career, because he is a legendary artist. What did he do? He pulled back. He dropped 2 albums, Future and Hendrix. It was a double album. And then he started curating his music. Think about it. Future been Future since forever. This album now with Metro, didn't you look on my Twitter and see the prediction to the sales? He's predicted to sell over 200,000. He's on pace to sell over 220,000. The last album he dropped, the one with Wait For You, did over 200,000. He's actually sold better by curating and putting out less. That's the sign of an artist that knows how to adjust to the times, but also adjust his strategy. Smart guy. Future is smart. Don't let all that, whatever he rap about, all that lean, quote unquote, make you feel like he's dumb. Not dumb at all. So these are two strategic people that Drake has to go against. It's very difficult. Now, first and foremost, give me 1 second. We're going to get in a little bit, again, I really care more about the Future and Drake rift more than the Drake and Kendrick situation, because that was down to play out. Now, here's the point, and this is why I'm saying this about, I care about Future and Drake a little bit more than Drake and Kendrick, is because Drake and Kendrick has been happening damn near for almost a decade. No one has jumped out and done as I said, you kick the battle off with a dedicated diss song. Not a feature. Drake diss mad niggas on features. No. You kick it off like that. After Control, nothing happened. Drake dissed him a couple other times. I think, was it Holy Key or was some other song? You had Kendrick said, nothing been the same since I last tucked a sensitive rapper back in his pajama, whatever.
That was Kendrick's BET cipher, where he said, I'm about to crack the Da Vinci Code, and nothing's been the same since they dropped Control and tucked the sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes.
No one has really jumped out there.
And then Kendrick goes on to relentlessly cook this man every so often. It didn't just end there. Kendrick cooked this man relentlessly. He kept going at him, kept going, bringing up his ghostwriters, all that stuff.
This is the first time that, they've been doing subliminals, but this subliminal almost felt like he called Drake's name. He didn't call Drake's name.
And nothing's been the same. This is the first one. He's been on that man's neck like that. He's been on Drake's neck like that. That's what I'm saying. Act bullshitting us right now. Kendrick been at this nigga neck, making even more very apparent disses to Drake than this.
But it felt like it did, right? This is like the clearest subliminal diss from either or ever since Control, where he actually named Drake.
Bullshit.
So that's why we're putting pressure on Drake to say, Drake, respond. But one of them has to do an entire song, which is a diss song. I'm sorry to tell y'all, bro. We're not going to have a beef where a nigga's giving a verse to a already hit song.
So Drake has an album called Nothing Was the Same. Nothing was the same since they dropped Control and tucked the sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes when everybody was calling Drake sensitive. And you saying that we haven't had no direct diss since then? And then there's more.
The song's going to go number one, right? And Drake got to go respond to that. No. We're not doing that. Anyway, let me find the breakdown of this beef. So we're going to get into the other shit, but we got to just find the breakdown of this beef. Let me see. Okay. And there was a few tidbits that it appeared that I missed. And it looked like I missed it. Give me a second. I missed it while analyzing analyzing Kendrick's verse. And here we go. So, in case you missed a few things that was kind of hidden in the verse. Kendrick put together a really good verse. He's a great rapper. Actually, he's a phenomenal rapper, right? Bar for bar, he's up there. He's on a very short list of people who could just lyrically do what they want. Now, there was a good breakdown on here that I saw I wanted to play for you guys. Maybe some of you guys have seen it, but it's important to kind of give the verse the credit it deserves before we start thinking about what should happen or this and third. Is it this? Where is it? Okay, here we go. Chat. Thank you.
Here's 4 and addresses Drake and J. Cole's first-person shooter, where the two take turns boasting about being the GOATs, which Kendrick took personally. Kendrick's opening bar warns them to watch their mouths, with the word coffin likely alluding to J. Cole's opening bar on first-person shooter, returning her song to a funeral. But also notice how coffin is a homophone for coughing, which relates to the neck and mouth, and plays on the idea that someone coughing threatens to get you sick.
B.O.T. the money, power, respect. The last one is better. Say yes, a lot of goofies with a check.
This is a play on both checks as in money and blue verification checks on social media, with the underlying message being that there's a lot of dummies with money and or online clout, but both don't mean anything if you're not respected like Kendrick is. But Goofies with a check is also a Drake diss, with Goofy being a cartoon dog, a play on For All My Dogs, and a check being the logo for Nike, who Drake collabs with. Kendrick is calling Drake Goofy, a non-threatening dog that's popular but not feared.
Niggas clicking up, but pay not be legit, no 40 water, tell 'em.
Here Kendrick undermines the authenticity of Cole and Drake's partnership, with wordplay on the cousins Be Legit and E40, aka 40 Water, who are in a group called The Click. But Kendrick is also nodding to the beat he's rhyming over, which uses the same samples.
Ooh, that's kind of slick. The Click. Oh, wow. That's a dope bar then. The Click was a hip-hop group consistent of 4 members, had E40, Be Legit, D-Shot, and Sugar T. So when him saying niggas clicking up, knowing that there's a actual group called The Click, and then he says niggas clicking up, but I can't be legit. So he mentions one of the group members, but I can't be legit, which is a dope, that's like a quadruple entendre if you really ask me. Okay, that's fire. But cannot be legit, no 40 water. Okay. Obviously E40, right?
Source as E40 song Look at Me.
Sound system on blue, blam, black, buffing on the doobie, almost grubbed.
Nigga, boom. For all your dogs getting buried, that's a K with all these nines. You gon' see Pet Cemetery, nigga.
In these final lines, we get a direct reference to Drake's For All My Dogs, with Kendrick claiming to bury those dogs like Stephen King's horror novel Pet Sematary. But this line is a triple entendre. First, K is for Kendrick, a 10, surrounded by 9s, Drake and Cole. Second, K is a K.
That's a K with all these 9s. Ooh, that's
okay. Surrounded by the much smaller 9mm. Finally, K plus 9 makes K9, tying a bow on the dog motif. But also notice how getting buried and cemetery in these final lines call all the way back to Kendrick's opening lines, don't pull no coffin out your mouth. A full circle moment to end this incredible verse.
Damn.
Here's 4 brilliant details.
Listen, don't pull no coffin out your mouth. Like he basically saying, don't speak your death into existence. Don't come out your mouth with your deathbed, dog. Jesus Christ. Kendrick is mean.
That's kind of fire, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, let me ask you a question. Do y'all think, because sometimes I watch some of these breakdowns and I'm like, was Kendrick thinking that deep when he wrote it?
Yes.
Or just certain shit happened to flow? Do you think he was that meticulous?
Yes.
That he's thinking about a triple entendre, okay, I'm gonna say K9, but also the 9 is gonna be for y'all. Y'all are 9s, I'm 10. Do I think he's that deep with it?
Yes.
You might have
Let me listen to it one more time.
missed, and Kendrick Lamar's like that verse.
These niggas talking out of their neck. Don't put no coffin out of your mouth. I'm way too paranoid for threats.
Like most of Kendrick's verse, this opening line addresses Drake and J. Cole's first-person shooter, where the two take turns boasting about being the GOATs, which Kendrick took personally. Kendrick's opening bar warns them to watch their mouths, with the word coffin likely alluding to J. Cole's opening bar on first-person shooter, returning her song to a funeral. But also notice how coffin is a homophone for coughing, which relates to the neck and mouth, and plays on the idea that someone coughing threatens to get you sick.
B.O.T. the money, power, respect. The last one is better. Say yes, a lot of goofies with a check. I mean,
This is a play on both checks as in money and blue verification checks on social media, with the underlying message being that there's a lot of dummies with money and or online clout, but both don't mean anything if you're not respected like Kendrick is. But Goofies with a check is also a Drake diss, with Goofy being a cartoon dog, a play on For All My Dogs, and a check being the logo for Nike, who Drake collabs with. Kendrick is calling Drake Goofy, a non-threatening dog that's
Yo, do you think? See that's where like that's like a deep dive into that meaning. Do you think Kendrick is that slick?
100%. But he always want to say Drake is so clever. Come on, bruh. How you don't think Kendrick is, bruh? Kendrick up here with it. Drake out here with the ghostwriters, bro. He ain't, bro. Listen, come on, act bullshitting us, man. You bullshitting us.
Okay, let's just say the line again. There's a lot of goofies with a check. Goofy, again, was a dog. Drake has an album called For All My Dogs, right? Goofies is something people call people who are like just fucking stupid, right? Or just like clownish, right? Goofies with a check. That check could be a verification sign, could either be actual money. And the check also is the Nike check sign. Do you think he's that clever to be like, yo,
Yes.
when I say goofies with a check, not only goofies is gonna mean three things, like, bro, this is like more than a triple entendre, because goofies means three things and check means three things.
Yep.
Now, I'm gonna give Kendrick the respect to say, I kind of think
I didn't.
carefully constructed this bar, and this is why Drake cannot respond in 72 hours or no matter. He has to sit back and carefully try to understand what this attack is.
popular but not feared.
niggas clicking up, but they not be legit. No 40 water. Tell 'em.
Here, Kendrick undermines the authenticity of Cole and Drake's partnership with wordplay on the cousins Be Legit and E40, aka 40 Water, who are in a group called The Click. But Kendrick is also nodding to the beat he's rhyming over, which uses the same sample source as E40's song.
Interesting.
Baffled.
Someone said acting Kendrick is Soulja Boy level. No, I definitely don't. What I'm trying to say is that, yo, if we're reading some of these lyrics and kind of extra thinking about it, bro, this is not even like, I don't think he's Soulja Boy level, duh. But bro, this is like, it's like Jay-Z or Nas, but even
Beyond.
even greater than that.
Yes.
Like a
Beyond.
triple entendre would be dope. I'm telling you, that last line where like Goofy's meant three, it's just way more than a triple entendre to me. It's probably like a, I don't know, quintuple entendre or whatever. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, granted, that verse on that song, I'm still telling you, I think is a bait. It's a bait for Drake. This was meant for Drake to drop a response song, either a song or a freestyle. The response that Kendrick would drop to that, because now you have to imagine, Kendrick doesn't drop that song thinking that if Drake responds or bites the bait and responds, he could just bow it out. We would clown Kendrick. Nigga, you barely played. The nigga shot back at you. You never responded. He has to play ball now, which I believe he already has a song loaded.
100%.
So check this. I'm thinking he's trying to give Drake a reason to release whatever he got, which I also, even on some nefarious shit, think it's not only the bars he has. We've seen what's defeated Drake before. If we're going to call it a defeat, it has to be the information he knows. Again, I'm telling you, this is high-level shit. If we're breaking these bars down and we're saying it's so complex, we got to imagine it's high-level shit. I have to think Kendrick believes he has something that he could say about Drake. I'm not saying this on some shit like Pusha T, like, oh, you have another child, but something to the point where people like a wow factor, like, what?
Possibly.
Now, what could that be? I think in true Kendrick taste, it would be recalling something of the sort, maybe with Ghost Riders, but it has to be new. Can't be Quentin Miller again. Has to be new. Yo, we been knew you were a fraud. But like something like has to be something of that ilk.
Yo, we been knew you were a fraud. See, like Ak is he's already predicting the frauditude of Drake in being exposed, because I feel like even he knows, man. Even he knows.
That would be more of a Kendrick exposal. I can't see Kendrick doing a Pusha T, but I just don't know how much Kendrick doesn't like Drake at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because where Pusha T went was, you played with my family, I'll play with yours. I think that's high level. You could tell Drake was on some shit like, didn't Drake have a bunch of niggas at some Toronto show for Pusha T trying to stab him up? Yeah, nigga, you playing with my family now. What the fuck?
All right.
So I think Kendrick has not only a diss song completed, I think he has a wow factor, sort of an expose to speak. Why? That's what has worked on Drake before. And I don't think Kendrick goes and drops that verse on Metro's song with Future unless he's prepared for a good 12-round, knock him down, battle / possible beef.
Facts. All facts. I'm going to stop it right there. Yo, like I said, man, Ak, man. Lay your content, bro, but you be bullshitting us, man. You be bullshitting us, bro, when it come to Drake. Talking about he got to have a dedicated diss. Man, come on, dog. And to even think that Drake can even hang with Kendrick lyrically at all is already insanity, man. But it's all good, man. We're going to see how all this unfolds, bro. We're going to see how all this unfolds. Go watch this video right here. Hit the subscribe bubble right here, man. I'd appreciate y'all. 35-minute video, 36-minute video. But it's all good. We out.